Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we have a ton of new leaks to go over for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. New Pokemon, new evolutions, ways to evolve Pokemon, a couple of story spoilers as well. Plenty of stuff to go over today. So if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new for daily Pokemon content. Ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, we're going to be taking a look at this thread from Centro Leaks. Again, Centro is not the person leaking this information. They are just compiling all of the notes and leaks from Kaka and Riddler-Coup and putting it in this Twitter thread here. So, starting things off, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet leaks part 16. So, this is obviously a story spoiler here. You gain freedom at about 2 hours of gameplay. So, I have no idea what you're going to be doing for 2 hours at the start of the game before you get freedom. But I'm guessing you just kind of have to learn the basics of everything to do with the game. You probably get the Legendary at the very start of the game, so that'll kill a bit of time. You're probably going to have to do a couple of, I don't know, maybe a couple of rival battles. I think probably what it is about is them explaining the 3 different stories and just them explaining that you can do them in any order, and then whichever one you want to do, you can do different ones at different times and stuff. I think that's mainly what it's going to be about, which kind of gives me the idea that there's going to be a lot of dialogue at the start of the game, because like I say, you have to get your Legendary, you have to kind of decide which story you're going to do first and stuff. So that's probably going to be the first 2 hours of gameplay, and then after that, you can then go into the open world. But yeah, 2 hours is quite a bit. I mean, you have to pick your starter and stuff like that as well. But I'm guessing you just kind of go around like a small village at the start, because we know that you don't start in the main city in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. That's kind of like a little bit north of where you start. So yeah, probably get your Legendary, probably get the starter, and then talk about which story you want to do, and that's probably going to take around 2 hours of gameplay. But yeah, you get freedom after about 2 hours of gameplay in the Generation 9 games. And then also, you unlock Koraidon and Miraidon's basic ride form for traveling and jumping at that time. So, okay, that makes a little bit more sense. So during the first 2 hours of gameplay, you have to unlock a couple of forms for Koraidon and Miraidon. Now, we know that they can climb, swim, fly, glide, whatever you want to call it. They can do all those things, but it seems that you have to unlock the other kind of forms and features later on in the game. So in the first 2 hours of gameplay, you unlock the traveling one, where you can obviously ride its back, which is kind of a must because you're in an open world game and you need to be able to travel around the region really quickly. And then as well as that, you can get the jumping one at the start. So jumping, I didn't even know was a form. I'm not sure what it means by jumping. Maybe it means gliding, I guess. But it then goes on to say you unlock the swimming and the flying and the climbing ones later on in the game. So jumping, I'm not really sure. But either way, you can jump as well as ride. So I guess you can jump up to like higher objects or something. But again, that'd just be the climbing one. So I'm not really sure about the jumping one. But either way, in the first 2 hours of gameplay, you unlock traveling and jumping. And then later on in the game, you unlock swimming, flying, and climbing forms. We're not told how you do that. I'm not sure if it's going to be kind of one of the story arcs, and that's how you unlock all the forms for Koraidon and stuff, and Miraidon. But either way, you unlock the whole swimming, flying, and climbing thing later on in the game. Maybe there's something you have to do in each story to unlock, you know, one of the kind of the forms. So maybe if you do the gym one first, you unlock these after every couple of gym badges. Maybe if you do the treasure hunt first, maybe every time you get some sort of treasure, it then unlocks a new form. So obviously you're getting all the forms. It doesn't matter which story you choose first. Either way though, that's the story stuff. Well, actually, as well as that, it says only after the ending you can add Miraidon and Koraidon to your team. So when we have them at the start of the game, they're just there to like ride around on and stuff. We can't actually use them in battle, but then when you beat the game, that's when they join your team. So you can obviously use them for post game, I'm pretty sure, but yeah, using them in battle to, like, throughout the whole actual adventure, you can't actually use them. You can just ride on them and stuff. So that's all the story stuff. Next up, the Icicle Glacier Pokemon we've heard about before is actually the Dragon Ice Pseudo Legendary. So obviously we've had like different information from different leakers like Kaka and Riddler-Coup. Obviously they're not working together. They're both posting different things every now and again. And so we thought they were going to get another Icicle Glacier Pokemon. Obviously we got Sea Titan, but I think Kaka said there was another ice Pokemon. So we thought there was going to be like 2 new Ice Glacier Pokemon, but it turns out that the Dragon Ice Pseudo Legendary Pokemon is actually the same as that other Icicle Glacier Pokemon. So it's not like 2 ice types as well. It is literally just the Titan line and then also the Dragon Pseudo line. And then as well as that, the 3 fantastical elemental dogs, which is going to be Fido, and then obviously which is the fairy type, and then the other 2 dog types, which are ghost and dark. They're all monotype, and they're all 2 stages. So yeah, Fido is going to evolve once into a fairy type. The ghost dog is going to evolve once into the ghost type, and then the dark type dog is also going to evolve once into the dark type. They're all monotypes, they're all 2 stage. That's information about all the dogs. And then next up, the dolphin Pokemon is water type. So the dolphin Pokemon and the dolphin forms, where obviously one evolves, well, it evolves and then into the 2 different forms. One of them is being like a superhero or whatever. They're all water type, which isn't crazy like information. It's a dolphin. I'd expect it to be water type, but it just looks like it's pure water. So that's the information about those new Pokemon. Next up, there's also apparently a Marsupial with a parental bond. Now, parental bond is obviously a really cracked typing. Well, not typing, ability, should I say. And apparently there's another Pokemon with it. Or it's something Mega Kangaskhan related. Now, we know that Mega Pokemon aren't going to be in the game. But either way, there is some sort of new Pokemon with parental bond, or it's going to be related to Mega Kangaskhan. I don't think it's going to be like Mega Kangaskhan's baby as like an actual catchable Pokemon. But either way, that's a new Pokemon to kind of take a look at or think about. It's going to have a broken ability. Next up, we have the Tumbleweed Pokemon, which is going to be grass type. Now, we heard about the Tumbleweed Pokemon before, and that is just going to be a grass type plus something else. Apparently, is going to have a dual typing. We also saw a leaked image of the Tumbleweed Pokemon as well. Before, Kaka posted 4 images, and he said that the Tumbleweed Pokemon is one of those. We just didn't know which one it was. And they were all like really blurry images as well, just cropped images. We couldn't really make out what they were at all. But one of them was the Tumbleweed Pokemon, which of course we now know is grass plus something. Next up, the new worm Pokemon that we obviously saw in the, I think it was the second promotional trailer where we saw it like burrowing underground and stuff. That has been confirmed recently to be a boss Pokemon. But as well as that, we now know that the typing of it is steel. It's not ground or rock or anything like that. It's actually a steel type Pokemon. It's pure steel, and it is one of the boss Pokemon. I feel like these boss Pokemon, because we know that there's like the crab Pokemon, there's a bird boss, the sushi fish dragon is also another boss. I feel like that is literally just going to be one of the storylines. So one of the storylines is the gym challenge. The other one is the treasure hunt, which could be also combined with the bosses. And then also one of them is like the evil team. That's kind of my indication of what the storylines are going to be. But either way, there are boss Pokemon in this game, which I hope we can battle in like co-op and stuff as well. But either way, the new worm Pokemon is a pure steel type. As well as that, the leaker says that the coin Pokemon aren't hard to find, though its evolution is. Excluding Paradox Pokemon, he thinks the hardest Pokemon to get is Primeape's evolution. So he originally said that the coin Pokemon was hard to find, but now he's saying that the coin Pokemon aren't hard to find, though its evolution is. So I'm guessing it is because before he has literally said like think Spiritomb and Legends Arceus, where we obviously had to collect like all the wisps and stuff. So I feel like we're going to be easily able to find this coin Pokemon, which is of course part ghost type, and then the evolution is difficult to get, so we're probably gonna have to collect like a ton of things once we get a coin, or maybe you have to do a certain amount of things with a coin Pokemon, and then it evolves into the evolution, which of course evolves into that golden engine thing. So that's that. And then yeah, excluding Paradox Pokemon, which are apparently really difficult to get, he thinks the hardest Pokemon to get is Primeape's evolution. So Paradox Pokemon, clearly difficult to get, but Primeape's evolution is going to be the hardest Pokemon to get, excluding those. So it's going to be another one of those situations with, what was it in like Sword and Shield with, I don't know, not necessarily the hardest one, but like with Farfetch'd having to get a certain amount of critical hits in the same battle for then that to evolve. It was the Yamask evolution. That one took forever. The Basculin one was a little bit annoying as well in Pokemon Legends Arceus. Some of these new evolution methods are just completely out there, and apparently Primeape is going to be quite a difficult one. I'm inclined to see what it's going to be though, because we know that it's going to gain the ghost typing, so maybe it has to die like 50 times or something in battle, and then it evolves, maybe. And maybe that's why it's hard, I don't know. But yeah, the fact that it gains the ghost typing, I feel like something bad has to happen to Primeape for it to gain that ghost typing. But either way, it is apparently really difficult to get. Next up, to evolve the fire Pokemon that evolves into the warrior or blade, depending on version. So yeah, we know we're getting that fire Pokemon, and then in Pokemon Scarlet it evolves into the warrior Pokemon, and then in Pokemon Violet it evolves into the blade Pokemon. You actually have to defeat Sinistea and Bronzor, because they drop a new item when defeated, which makes me, because we know they're version exclusive, like the Warrior and the Blade, it makes me feel like Sinistee and Bronzor are also version exclusive, because I feel like it would be the same Pokemon that you have to defeat like 10 times or whatever. You have to get 10 of those depending on the version to evolve the new fire Pokemon. So yeah, you have to get 10 of these items, and then that evolves the fire Pokemon into either the Warrior or the Blade. But the fact that there's different Pokemon that you have to fight makes me think that Sinistee and Bronzor are version exclusives, because surely it would just be Sinistee in both games or Bronzor in both games. So yeah, Sinistee could be version exclusive to Pokemon Scarlet, and then Bronzor could be version exclusive to Pokemon Violet. It just kind of makes sense, but either way, that is how you get the Fire Warrior and the Blade. You have to get 10 of these items that these Pokemon drop, and then that allows them to evolve into the version exclusive Pokemon. And again, the Warrior is Scarlet and the Blade is Violet. And then finishing things off, all Paradox Pokemon are double type. So every single Paradox Pokemon, all the past forms, all the future forms, they've all got a dual type. So Pokemon like Jigglypuff, Misdreavus, Delibird, Donphan, Amoonguss, Volcarona, they all have dual types. And then some Pokemon, some Paradox Pokemon, should I say, change their type compared to the Pokemon they're based on, while others preserve the typings. So originally, I think Kaka said that they were all the same typing, but now he's kind of been like, okay, no, that was a mistake. Because I actually remember the tweet. He said that like he made a mistake, but to like kind of say sorry, he's going to say that all Paradox Pokemon are dual type. But yes, some Paradox Pokemon do change their type depending on the Pokemon they're based on, while others preserve the typings. So that's kind of all the latest information on like Paradox Pokemon and stuff like that. So we're kind of back to square one on Paradox Pokemon, because we originally thought we knew like most of the typings for them, but now we don't know which ones preserve the types and which one don't. So yeah, we're kind of just gonna have to wait for Kaka to kind of release more information on it and stuff like that. Either way though, that's going to be all of the latest leaks for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please do consider hitting the like button down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. It really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on the latest leaks. Are you happy about them? Are you not so fond of them? Let me know your thoughts and feelings on them. Subscribe if you're brand new. That's everything from me though. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.